Hi! Hello everyone. Today we're gonna do something a little bit different. We're going to go and check some fan-made rolls. Also, I saw some questions in the chat. A lot of people here. You can still submit your rolls because I have 21 submissions right now, but I'm gonna just say whoever submitted it, if they don't respond in like 1 minute in the chat, we will just go on to the next one, because ideally we just review rolls of people who are actually watching so that they can immediately take notice and explain themselves if it's not clear enough. I'm waiting a little bit for my tea, it's almost ready, so... You wrote your displaying name instead of username. Yeah, that's fine. If I just recognize you in the chat. If you just say it's my role, then it's fine. Mine is so bad. Why do you submit it? No, just kidding. Maybe we can give some good feedback on it though. And chat, you also are free to give some feedback on everyone's roles, because the more feedback, the better it might get. And maybe I will overlook some stuff, that's for sure. Let me quickly mute my phone. Oh, it's already muted. Okay, that's good. Let's move on to this one. There you go. Okay, currently it's not visible. Oh yeah, I needed to do something real quick. There you go. I'll put in a background for the chat. And then this one goes somewhere here. And now... No, not this one. I should... This one! There you go. So now you can see... Oh. It's not zoomed in anymore for some reason. Oh, no. Not that. Huh? How is it not zoomed in? I swear I would have zoomed that in a bit more. Okay, there you go. Okay, we're gonna start, I think, with only two rolls. We're gonna start with Waffle Boys. Waffle Boys, are you here? Also, welcome in Bill, CR7, Ben's Bill, Moonshine, Daniela. Hypo, are you gonna make any more music? Not now, but yeah, obviously not on stream, but I will probably wait a little bit. I'm probably gonna resume my music making in the next year. He stole your role. There's so many similar role ideas out there though, like, not kidding. Jason, welcome in. Let me check who's here. Hugo, Mr. Shadow Milk Cookie, the Protagonist. I think I've seen some roles of the Protagonist. Turtle Avenger is also here, and Maestoso, and Freitoli, welcome in. Okay, there's a Crusader. I didn't know there were like that many people who called their roles Crusader. Let's see, is Waffle Boys 2 here? If Waffle Boys 2 is not here, we'll move on to the next one. Yours is Sneaky Human. I've not really read through any of them, but I saw like an hour ago, I saw there were 10 roles at that time, and I think most were like solos. You're out again. I'll be home in 30 minutes. Well, see you soon then, if you are coming back at least. Can you please take a look at my role demon? Eventually we'll get to it. I don't see Waffle Boys 2 here at all, so I'm going to skip Waffle Boys 2. Let's go to the next one. Folklore. Is Folklore here? Yeah, folklore is here. Why not doing all 22 rolls? Well, because as you can see, we have 24 rolls now. So it's gonna keep increasing for a while. And I just wanna have people who are like actually watching review those. And if we run out of rolls, which I don't expect to happen, but if we do run out of rolls, then I will look at the rolls that are of people who didn't submit, because there might be people watching it back for that. But yeah. Okay. Let's start with Folklore, because Folklore is here in the chat. Folklore submitted the Gossip Girl, Village Good, Detective, so it's a detective, and now it starts here. The Gossip Girl knows all the gossip in the village. At the beginning of the game, she selects 6 people and learns how many of them are villagers. Pros: encourages deduction and makes debates more animated among the people in the bracket. Cons: potentially overpowered if lucky. If she sees that there are 6 villagers. Yeah, so this type of role, the con that you put here is already like, it is similar to what we had with the spy going on. Why the spy was actually kind of a meh role, because it was too easy sometimes to just confirm 4 villagers in one go. They nerfed that to 3 checks only, I think, with the spy, but I think this one is like similar. Unlucky, it is like very unlikely that you find 6 villagers. Like, that's just insane. But yeah, you don't need to include pros and cons, but it definitely does help. They are not necessary, yeah, but it definitely helps a bit. The concept, at least it's an easy concept to understand, which I like already, because some people have like insanely difficult roles to understand. It takes me like 5 times to read the role to understand it fully. Sometimes in role contests, at least. I prefer this type of easiness, of course. So, chat, what do you guys think of this role? I think this role is cool. I do like it when roles encourage like people to speak and claim and stuff, but 6 villagers, if that's like, that would be like, wow. Or if you find 6 evils, if you find like 0 villagers, you know, the entire evil alliance. Like, that would be broken. Even worse, I think. The role might be overpowered. But you only select like once. So, I think another con of this role... Okay, well, the con that's here is like role design con, but if you look at like playstyle con, a con of this role could be that you are... I'm gonna turn down the music a little bit for myself. A con of this role as a playstyle is like you're not flexible. You select like 6 people night 1, and then that's your job. Done. I don't think it's a 1 out of 10. Like, if we were to rate it, I think this probably a 5 for me. I would not say it's a 1, because I think what I like about this role, it's original. So I've not seen this really before, and I'm sure like there will be people submitting roles that are like, I've seen a dozen times and they just are the same old thing. I think I would say this is a 5. It's not a contest though, just a little bit of feedback for who was it? Folklore. I think it's an okay role, but maybe a little bit too overpowered, yes. You designed a rework of my demon role the day after your role contest 2024 Q&A stream. So your scheduled stream today about fanmade roles, went to tweak the description a little and immediately submitted. Okay, maybe we'll see it then. It is a bit luck based, yeah, I would say so, especially because night 1. So you don't really have a say in what you're checking. It is creative. The only thing, yeah, creativity is really worth it when you look at role design. But yeah, maybe it's not the most balanced thing. Concept for the role card. Oh, we have like an action. Wait. I'm gonna open this. I don't know if I should trust this. I'm not going to show it on stream unless I know it's good. This is some sort of image. Okay, I can show this. Oh, never mind. It already went away. Okay. Let's go to number 3. Who is number 3? Oscar! I think Oscar is here, right? I've seen Oscar. Oscar the demon. Yeah, you just literally talked about your demon rework. A solo unknown. Anarchist. Base role of Anarchist. Okay, so then Anarchist would move out of the full tree, so that we would have like a similar full Headhunter and Headhunter full situation again. Hello, Dama, welcome in. And Ritualist. But what's the role? The demon... Okay. Ideally we don't need to read this part, but yeah. The demon gets 1 point whenever at the end of a voting phase it's alive, and 2 players on the village team vote each other. Oh, I've seen this role, yeah. Is there... I think Ritualist, you also judged, yeah, right? You've also seen this role, I think, at some point, yeah. The demon gets 1 point whenever at the end of voting phase it's alive, and 2 players on the village team vote each other. They win alone if they get 3 points. Every time the demon gets 1 point, they get a one-time ability of influencing another player's vote, like a Wolfmancer. If the demon's influencing rule does result in 2 villagers voting each other, they would also get 1 point, and as stated above. Wait, if the demon's influencing does result in 2 villagers voting each other, they would also get 1 point, as stated above. Okay, so I would say it does fit the Anarchist because it's a point-based system. I do think I've seen this concept before though. Like, it's obviously in the roll contest of last year. What's the deadline? I don't know exactly what the deadline will be, but I might close it pretty soon because I see there's like still submissions coming in. Like Hypo calling his subs 9-year-olds as a member nickname. I don't really have an... Wait, I had an Hypesters, like, back in the day, someone, like, we had a... I think it was a poll or something, or someone suggested to call the fans Hypesters. I don't know if you guys like that still, but yeah. What I think the role fits Anarchist, but I think, yeah, what someone here in the chat says, that it would give a headache. It's a bit complex, a bit too complex, even for an advanced role, I think. It's just like, that's the problem with some roles. Like, you can get like very specific sometimes, but if it's very complex, it's not really good because people need to be able to understand it quickly, even if it's an advanced role. But advanced roles should have the quality that they are versatile, in my opinion, at least. And more skill-based than base roles. It's easy for villagers to vote each other. Yeah, that's true as well. That's especially in quick. I imagine if you do this in quick game, a good thing of this role, I would say, is that it does encourage like chaos. Like if you are setting up two villagers against each other, it's gonna benefit you. So that's something you wanna achieve. If you're just gonna sit back and do nothing as this role, the village just goes off one info and everyone will be voting. But there's always like in quick game especially, you usually always see like 2 people like being different and voting each other, something like that. So I think it's pretty easy to win with this role. At the same time though, if the werewolves know who the demon is, they're gonna kill the demon before they get the chance to win. So in that regard, it's like similar to Anarchist. Since we have demon, I have a worse role in my mind. It's named Ba. It makes 2 people the same role, and it's a we role with unknown aura. Ba is killed. The real role of the 2 players are revealed. Yeah, I don't know. That's too complex for me right now. Look at Spy. It's a cool concept, but it's too specific with a million texts. Yeah, with Spy, I think Spy. I know. With Spy, I have more understanding of it than with this role, honestly. But the problem with Spy is not like complexity, but more just like that you can get pretty OP. If you submit, it crashes your phone. I think that, I don't know, that might be an issue on your side, because I've not heard anyone else having problems with that. Alright. Also some nuances maybe. The team of players are defined as their current team. Yeah, unturned current, grave robber, lurker. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Influencing happens at night, and the influenced players would get notified at the start of the voting phase next day. Influencing happens at night, yeah. Okay, like Wolfluencer basically. Technically, the demon can get more than 1 point in the same voting phase. Oh well, if that is the case, it's even more OP. If the demon can get more than 1 point in the same voting phase. If 2 or 3 pairs of villagers vote each other, that would be rare, but then you could instant win. So the motivation, okay, we need more voting rules. I would agree, yes, we do need more voting rules, but I think the hard part of voting rules is that they need to be like decently easy to understand, because they're gonna appear often. The first rule that we checked was well, we skipped the role of Waffle Boys because he wasn't there. We also checked something else, but I forgot what it was. Folklore. We checked the folklore role, which was basically a detective checking 6 players first night. And then they learn how many of them are villagers, and that's all of that role. Alright. Rework of the demon role. I don't know exactly what the rework, what the original role was, but might be better. I don't know. I kind of forgot the specifics of that one. Let's go to number 4, Protagonist. Okay, Protagonist is here. Wolf Charmer. Evil. Nightmare Werewolf. Ability Charm. Select the player during the day to control for the night. You have to correctly guess their role to control them. Okay, if you do, you play as them for the night. I correctly guess that 13 is the Night Watchman during the day. I control him following night. I can see how many ability charges he's left. See other protected players through his trait and use this ability on anyone except 13 himself since Night Watchman. Okay, so this is basically how do you call it? Pepperty, I think. So if you rolls, that's like one of the rules with role design. Roles that control others. Don't know if they also control. Does it also control the chat? That's most important. But I think this would be a little bit too strong, because usually it's really easy to guess someone's role in the village, because people claim, so you can just go off their claims. And okay, Seer is not gonna reveal your info, but if you just charm the Seer, you get to waste a check for the Seer, basically. Right? And is there also like a limit on how many people... You have 2 users and you can't control the same player twice. Okay, that's something I was looking for. And wrongly guessing your target's role wastes the ability. At least it would encourage a lot of fake claiming from villagers, which is interesting. But I don't know if this would be suiting for sandbox or quick game, honestly. Especially not quick game. Mastosa's Kiss of the Sage. That's my username in the submissions. Okay. too strong in every scenario. You can get to always be able to at least use someone. And if you find solo early with Wolves here, you become a Town of Salem Witch. This is insanely busted. Yeah, I think so too, honestly. Controlling roles that control others are generally speaking not good roles. There's, I think, only one right now in the game, Wolfluencer, and I don't know if you know, but I don't like the Wolfluencer's role design. So yeah, it's already kind of toxic, and Wolfluencer is just only the votes even. It's not even chat or ability control, it's just vote control, but that role already gets like insanely strong in the right circumstances. So yeah, I don't think this would not be a recommended type of role design from me. I do understand though why you would like to see a role like this. It would be fun to play, but this is not fun to play against, I think. I like it, but this role is OP for ranked. I think at least with ranked you could have people who would like keep it in mind. If they, as long as it doesn't appear as a random werewolf, basically people would just fake claim rolls and make the charm wolf guess wrong. But yeah, it would like result in games where people would like do triple claim. So if I were Beast Hunter in a game with a fixed charm wolf, I would probably claim like I'm either Beast Hunter, Red Lady, or Tough Guy, or let's call something, and then give the charm wolf like a harder time. Also, I think if the Wolf Seer, I would say anyone who checked, you could like change it a bit more if anyone who's checked by a Wolf Informer cannot be taken. Like including Blind Werewolf and Sorcerer and Wolf Seer. If any of them check a specific player, you cannot predict them. That would already help a bit, but still it would probably be too OP. I think it becomes if it's limited to one use on the villagers, but again, if you find Witch Jailer Knight 1, there also becomes too strong. Yeah, that was also a problem. If you pick like a killing ability role, like also Astronomer for example, if you pick Astronomer and you throw a meteor at the seer, kill the seer, kill the Astro, like that's just I don't know, that would be kind of funny, but not like more than one time. You can see werewolf chat while controlling and can access the chat box. Okay, at least that would be a necessary nerf to it. Because otherwise you could like check someone. You could check the protections at Night Watchman, exactly what you gave here as the example, and then just... I probably have to close the forms by the way, because it looks like... Where can I close it? I think here. No, not delete. I don't know when. We'll just go till a certain time, I think. And then... I don't know if I can close it right now. But yeah. Welcome in, Lazu. And oh, Mr... Oh no, I've already seen my Shadow Milk Cookie. You're also here. You did another role. It's called Foxman. I think you will be towards the end of the stream then, because we have 39 submissions now. Oh my god. Okay, so let's go to number 5. Another one by the Protagonist. Alright. I think Protagonist has a lot of roles submitted. I did see something along the line of 6 roles. I might... Protagonist, I would say, considering there are a lot of submissions, can you give me your favorite 2 roles that I've not discussed yet that I should look at, and then I will look at someone else's role, because otherwise everyone else is just waiting for their role to be discussed basically. So, Protagonist, if you have like your 2 favorite roles that I should look at, because I think you've like 6 submissions, if I'm not mistaken. Like, if I go to summary, oh, Hugo has like that. Yeah, Protagonist 7 submissions. So, give me your best 2, apart from the one we just did, the Charmer Wolf, and then we'll take a look at those. Necro and Cyberwolf. Okay, let's do those then. Necromancer, solo unknown, Cupid. Okay. So, 2 abilities. A Wraith. During the day, you may select a player to watch. Once you do, they will be notified that the Necromancer is watching you. You cannot switch targets. If they die while you're alive, they will join your team as a ghoul. Ghouls are like sect members of the Necromancer. They keep their original role and can still use their night abilities even though they're dead. 2 uses. This sounds like... okay, wait, let me read the second one too. At night, bind 2 players in a live link. If one dies, the other dies too, but they don't have to win together like couple. Targets can see who they are bound to. Starts on the next day. You can include yourself in a link. If you do, the person you link with will count your win condition. Works like silent entrance. 3 uses, that would be a lot though. I think 3 uses would be kinda OP. So, is there anyone... I think it's creative, but... Is this exploitable at night? If there's like dead players that you can make them use their abilities on you. If they have like... okay, something like Seer is useless. But you have like... If you have Bully, for example, you can just keep rocking players. That's kinda... Okay, you can only like kill 2, but... That feels kinda strong. I think Town of Salem needs another role type called Neutral Chaos, which has the unique win requires. We don't make you win solo like full, but instead impact the game after winning. Wolvesville, you mean? Yeah. Hello, Skylo. I think Bully would be a really strong role here. Grumpy Grandma maybe as well, actually. When I saw this role initially, I felt like this should be a sect leader type of role. Like, I don't know if this fits Cupid really. Bully will know that Necro is watching them. They can tell Vil that Necro is watching them for protection. Yeah, I guess so. Wait. It kind of feels like a solo role that controls, no, not controls, but like converts or abuses others. I don't think the dead player can vote, no. It does seem like they can only use their night abilities. Like, only night abilities as well. So day abilities wouldn't work. At least you cannot like... That's good because you cannot like kill the... Wait, if it's only night abilities, I think the Bully cannot like... wouldn't be a problem in that case. But Grumpy Grandma would be a strong role for sure. Weirdos can't become ghouls, but solos can. Ghouls can only use their night abilities. They can't vote. Okay, here are the specifics actually. Can only use night abilities. They can't vote, chat with alive players, or use day abilities like Fiji, Bullet, and Mayor Field. So, okay, the Bully wouldn't be a problem in that case, but... The ghoul would probably still be seen as a player, so they can't leave the game. I'll put this below. No. Okay, so Necro can also talk with their ghouls. Interesting. Like, that's also kind of fun, because that gives Medium some hints as well. You have to be a bit sneaky about that. So that's a good part of this, I guess. Yeah, at 42 submissions. Hello, Milan. Welcome in. Can you rate my Fanta? Oh, fan-made rule. I was like, Fanta? Fan-made rule. Yeah, if it comes up at some point. Okay, the pros. Is Cupid Advanced with... Well, yeah, it does need more Cupid Advanced, although... I think Cupid Insti is also pretty good already. That's cool mechanics. Players being watched have the option to join the Necro by dying. If they want to. Would require skill and be fun to play. To find the best the cool candidates, get them killed and form a winning plan. It is a role with planning. And it lacks direct kill power, so sometimes you can just be screwed. Yeah, if the abilities are weighted. So that's always a downside of these type of roles. Solos that cannot kill or convert at some point. Like have limited conversion. You cannot like... It can become a stalemate, basically. Like this role would be a problem if it's like... If it's Necromancer versus one other villager. Then... Or... Yeah, then you have just a problem. Yeah, you need to submit the form, Milon. So chat, what do you guys think of the Necromancer? Okay, this is interesting, because players argue that roles like this do too much, but are too influential. They believe that complexity is necessary to make an I don't think it is, honestly. I think that the abilities... It's really difficult to come with good role design that are simple but also complex. But there are definitely roles that do that. Like the ability has to be easy to understand, but it has to offer like a lot of play styles ideally. And require a lot of skill. And FC and Passy, yeah, Passy is a pretty bad example of an advanced role. But there are a lot of good advanced role. I would say Spirit Seer, although Spirit Seer is like pre-roll card era, but what is another advanced role that is like, I would say Wolfscribe is actually a really good example of a complex role, but also kind of easy. At the same time, it's pretty easy to understand the Wolfscribe, but the depth of the Wolfscribe is so immense that you can make it as complex as you want it to be. Your motivation part is a bit right. Well, we'll see. Okay, let's go and move on to the next one. I think Cyberwolf was the one you wanted me to check as well. This is the last one we will check from Protagonist, and then we will move on to the next one. This is not a role contest, actually. This is just feedback for people who want to have feedback on their fan-made roles. Alright, the werewolves and its evil. A wolf seer. Okay, a new werewolf informer. I'm already hooked because I would love to see a fourth wolf informer. Data leak. Okay, during the discussion phase, you may leak data about abilities up to 3 players to the werewolves. Data is as follows: informative abilities, killing, offensive abilities, defensive abilities, other supportive abilities. For example, Loudmouth would show up as informative and Avenger as killing. Wolves with more than one ability like Witch and Jada would have multiple. Wolves without any of the 3 main abilities will show up as plus. What should we think of? Mayor? Players your target will be informed that their data has been leaked immediately. It will specify the data that leaked. Okay, so that last section... I don't know if we... Wait, that is interesting kinda, because I don't like the idea of like villagers knowing that they have been checked by the wolves here. They can use that as well as information. They can say like, "Hey, I was checked by I was checked by the Cyberwolf," and then you could counterclaim that, but You know, with pros of elimination, you will be outed as well. Where is the fanmade role? It's in the pinned comment. Nguyen. If you want to submit something, it's in the pinned comment. Hello, welcome back, Ritualist. Can you rate my fanmade role? I will rate it if you submit it, Milan, at some point. Yeah, I was checked by Cyberwolf, I'm Doc. Something like that. Like, as well, if you know you are checked, you are just gonna claim, no matter what you are, because people are going to... The werewolves already know you anyway, so why would you not claim for the village then as well? I think at the same time though, that since you can check 3 players, up to 3 players every discussion phase, I assume, you have a lot of info, so, and it's more specific, I would say, than the blind werewolf. So I think it does definitely need some sort of a con. I just don't know if I like the con that the players who are checked know that they are being checked. This is basically TOS 2 version of if you are watched full claim now. Yeah, maybe. I don't know that. I don't know much of TOS, so it's not necessary to give pros and cons, but it helps. You can classify every opponent of the werewolves by day 3. Yeah, that's definitely a pro. It's like a quicker blind werewolf. I would say the information is very specific, actually. I would not say it's unspecific. People who don't claim, you can usually make out quickly what they are. I would say it's more specific than blind werewolf, especially if people like Witch and Jader show up as like killing plus protecting plus, yeah, those two actually. I don't know what you guys think of this. You forgot to list pros and cons. Well, don't worry. Okay, that's also like, that's a good strategy part here. That they can only check 2 people and have a werewolf claimed to be the third player checked. That would help, at least. Something I didn't think of yet. The mind games between the Cyberwolf and the village will be intense. More than Blind Werewolf, but I think more than Blind Werewolf and Wolfseer, but I think Sorcerer has more mind games already than this role. Yeah. Also in terms of, like, I have seen this type of suggestion before. Not the fact that you actually know that you're being checked though. That's something I've not seen in this combination before. But yeah, I think it would be like a 5 or 6 out of 10. I think if you change the con of this role, it could be a good role. I wish I didn't introduce... What's IDV? You can't become a member sadly, but I can buy merchandise. I have... yeah, well... That's fine. Don't feel forced to become a member, of course. But, chat, what do you think of this role? This one was supposed to be short. Oh, identify... Oh, that's something that Jack actually streamed the other day. Yeah, if you would... But if you remove the notification of the data leak and also limit it to 2, it's basically Blind Werewolf but better. Let's go to number 7. Okay, we're gonna skip the other ones by Protagonist. If we, for some reason, do end up running short on rolls, we'll check your rolls again. But thank you for submitting them, Protagonist. I hope you can do something with the feedback that I and the chat gave. Okay, let's see. CR7 Benz YT. I think I've seen you. CR7 Benz Bill. Is that the same name? I think it is, because you said something about sneaky human. We'll do yours next. Okay, that's you. Okay. Okay, village unknown. Jailer. Advanced role for the jailer. Okay. You can protect 2 times and suspect 1 time. Sneaky human can't do anything at night. Okay. So that's already quite different. In the morning you can choose a player to go and talk with them at night. The person will only be protected if you choose to protect them at night. Basically, you split it as jailer. Suspectability is that at night, if you think the person you want to talk with them at night is lying about a role, you can suspect them. Suspecting the person will not speak in the morning and can't vote. Also can't choose at night. So basically a very long role block. If this person kills at night, you will get an alert about that this person killed at night. That kind of reminds me of like this. I think I had like this role long ago on my TikTok and maybe also on YouTube. I think it was like police officer or something. Basically, you would get an alert. You could watch someone, and if they killed, you get an alert. But that's like 2 or 3 years ago already. Also, can use their ability at night too. And if this person, yeah, we already checked this. Both abilities cannot be used at the same time. But you do say though that you can protect someone who you are suspecting. And at night, if it won't show us the person's name at night, it will show up as sneaky human. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Basically, anonymity like the jailer. Yeah, no kill ability. So that's also what kind of made me doubt this, because I think I like the idea, but I think it's too weak here for a jailer advanced role. Like, I think it's cool that you include like a mute ability, but I think a kill ability is actually stronger here, and I don't see why people would pick this role over jailer. But maybe someone in the chat can tell me why you would pick it. Honestly, Discord simulation would easily prevent roles like Preyer's killing ability, which is completely useless. Yeah. I mean, I think if you do this a slight rework, it might be... I'll maybe even like give an extra... give 1 extra suspect ability. Unless you can talk with someone every night already. If you give this like an extra protect or an extra suspect ability, I think suspect in particular, that would be cool. It's like locksmith, but locksmith... Is it like... It's not like locksmith, it doesn't protect itself. So, locksmith protects itself and the other target, but this one doesn't. So, also it doesn't. It only protects if you actually activate the protect ability. If I'm, because it says this person will only be protected if you choose to protect at night. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say you role block someone. On the other hand, maybe this is a pretty okay role as a jailer advanced role. It's more like a village focused jailer advanced role than jailer and warden, which I think is also cool. I think it's like if I have to be honest, I think this is the better. This is one of the better roles I've seen so far this stream, for sure. Hyper, can you check my role? I have to leave. Yeah, I will. I'm not gonna like move on to a specific number. I'm just going in order and see who is there. So yeah, if you have to leave, that's unfortunate, but I will do this stream in the future again, probably. So yeah. Any rating? I think this. I think a 6 would be definitely a 6. 6 out of 10 for sure. Maybe a 7. It's between 6 and 7 maybe. I don't know how the chat thinks of this roll. Let's go to... Okay, Moonshine. Is Moonshine in the chat here? Okay, Moonshine is here. Okay. Muffinman. Village Goods. Doctor. Okay, so Protector. Muffinman has 2 muffins. He can give each... You can one at night. Person who received the muffin will be protected at night. Muffin cannot give a muffin to the same person twice. Okay, well this is like... maybe I've seen this before, not like with the same theming, but this one is kind of like a good example of an easy to understand advanced role that is actually balanced, I would say. It's balanced because you cannot give muffins to the same person twice, so I actually kind of like this role because at first it looks like a stronger doctor. Maybe it is, but it looks like a stronger doctor because you can protect 2 players at night. But then if you realize you can only protect someone once, that is actually interesting. And I think that is like a really good role. This is a good role. Yeah, I think this is a good role. Low budget butcher, but butcher is... I think butcher is definitely worse than this role, because butcher has like, not like strength wise, obviously, that's the whole problem with butcher, but butcher is like doctor but just with more protections essentially. And this role actually makes you think of when am I going to protect who. What would you rate it? I think this would be an 8 or a 9 maybe for me. Like, I don't know exactly how creative it is on the grand scope of things, but balance-wise, I would say this is definitely a 9 for me. You put none on the base roll. The hard thing, if you don't put anything on the base roll, Milan, I don't know what roll to compare it with. And that's like the hard thing of judging rolls. Like, I need like a roll to compare it with that's in the game already, so that I have like a clue on if it would actually fit in the game. Because that's how base rolls and advanced rolls, like base rolls are like in the setups, and if you have roll cards, then and you use a roll card, you get to pick with an advanced roll, which is basically replacing the base roll for that particular game. Then I think this is a really good roll. This is don't want to offend anyone else, but this is definitely the best roll so far. So yeah, maybe this could be something you could submit in the Wolvesville Discord server. It could be an advanced roll of the Stormwolf. Okay. When I get to your roll, Milan, we'll see that. Alright, let's go. Number 12. Bill as Forsaken. I think I've seen Bill. Is Bill here still? The Crusader. There we have a Crusader. Let's see if Bill is here. We'll rate this roll. Wait, you have 2 muffins in total? Wait, let me check. It said like here. It said like Muffin has 2 muffins. He can give 1. Oh yeah, I misread this. Oh wait, he can give 1 each night. I think in that case it's underpowered. Maybe I misread it then. I think this is underpowered in that case. Welcome in command block. I think I saw you here. Yes. I think 2 muffins in total is very balanced, but it shouldn't be Doctor Advanced role. Maybe, yeah. But muffins are like basically Doctor protection, right? So I think it's a bit underpowered if anything. Then this would be like low-key the weakest protector in the game, if it were in the game. Okay. I would say, yeah, the best thing you could do, what I suggested, is like just have it made 2 muffins each night. Then it looks like a stronger Doctor, because 2 protections versus 1. But since you can only give a muffin to 1 player ever, or like every player can only have 1 muffin ever in the game, that makes it balanced, because you cannot infinitely protect the seer, you cannot infinitely protect the gunner, you have to vary, and sometimes it might be better to not protect, because your options are like only werewolves or something. Okay, Bill is here. BG Advanced, but BG Advanced roles need to ideally like also be able to self-protect, because that's what really splits Bodyguard and Doctor roll trees. So, Village Unknown. Bodyguard, okay, this is interesting. This is the first clash. Unknown role for a Bodyguard. The Crusader has some shit. You can use them to kill someone's visitor. Infinite uses, he won't... Wow, infinite users. You won't kill the Red Lady. If Shaman comes to the target, Crusader will get Shaman, but will kill the Shaman. Same happens... That's an interesting interaction there. Same happens with Wolf, Scribe, Flagger, can redirect Crusader. This sounds like... This sounds like something that should be a Beast Hunter advanced role, and then even it would be kinda OP, I think. If I'm not mistaken. What do you guys think of this? This looks a bit... This looks way too strong for a Bodyguard. Especially given its infinite uses. So basically you can just kill all the werewolves if they... You can force all the werewolves to kill by staying on a certain player. They cannot kill that player ever unless they kill you, I guess. Plus Bodyguard is... Yeah, Bodyguard Advanced kind of kills this role, honestly. This should be Beast Hunter and then also with a rework as well. Because even then, it's like... This would be... It looks like you can just immediately sit on... You can immediately protect someone. Like 1. And you don't need any time of setting up a trap, for example. So it's a quicker Beast Hunter. It kills the Visitor, which is pretty much always a werewolf or a solo killer. I think for BH Advanced role it would still be a 5, because it's a bit too strong in my liking. But for Bodyguard it's not a really good fit. But maybe it's a typo. Alright. But yeah, that's I would say, if you make it Beast Hunter and you try to find a counter for this role, like I would definitely remove the infinite uses and make it like, or maximum 2 kills, for example. Or make it maximum 1 kill, then it gets like... Then it becomes basically a kind of an easier Beast Hunter, but limited to 1 kill, and then it cannot protect anymore. Then maybe it could like... But then it sounds like something that would be a base role instead of an advanced role. And also, yeah, Bodyguard advanced role should not kill other players. Can only kill 1 person, but it says infinite uses. Yeah, they didn't specify, I think, then how many people could be killed. Alright, let's go to number 13 here. Hugo, are you here? I think I saw Hugo at some point. Yeah. Yeah, you are here. Okay. The Chainer. By the way, people who submit still, I'm probably not gonna get to your role. I will probably stream for another hour and a half or so, but I don't think it's likely that I will stream till all the roles are basically reviewed. Okay, Arsonist, solo unknown. Each time you can chain up 2 players together. If one of those players dies, the other also dies. You can also break a chain instead of chaining players. This will kill both players that were chained. Chaining bypasses protection. You can kill that player by breaking chain. You only chain 1 player. So this would be Arsonist, I think, but then with more options, right? You also have a call. Yeah, Chainer is like one of the most common names. Or Chain Wolf or stuff like that. Yeah, okay, this con I didn't realize this. You cannot kill all players at once. So it's not like exactly Arsonist, but more. I would say it's an okay role here. Wait, how can you chain 1 player though? So basically this is either at night you chain 2 people or you kill a chain of 2 people. And then if you can play aggro and hope the village or werewolves kill chained people, then you get like a lot of kills. In potential this is... I like that you have to be smart about it and you can also like push with this role. But I don't know if it's too strong. You like the background music? Nice. It's Mario Kart World music. It's an okay roll. 8 out of 10 sounds pretty high for okay to me, but okay. It's definitely decently balanced, yeah. Yeah, okay, that's a good question on Note. If you chain A, B, and then B to C. Chain reaction mode. Yeah, I don't know if you should be able to chain. I think you should not be able to chain someone twice, essentially, to make it more balanced. But at the same time, I also think that you should be able to just chain 1 person with itself, because in that case, because otherwise you can end up in situations where it's 1 versus 1 and you cannot kill them. So I think that would be like the best solution there. It's also, yeah, like Protagonist says, it's not really something new. I've seen a lot of roles that chain in the past, especially stuff with cupids, but also with solo killers. Also with werewolves, actually. I've seen a lot of roles that chain players, so it's not like very creative, but at least this is a decently balanced, worked out role, I would say. I don't know if the chain immediately applies. I think so, but... Is this role unkillable? It doesn't say so, but I assume it is. Like I think everyone who... I think if you intend your role to be not killable, to be killable actually by werewolves, then you mention that, because everyone else just assumes, at least for Arcel, Corruptor and Serial Killer advanced roles, everyone assumes that these roles are unkillable for werewolves. 1 player dies, everyone dies. Yeah, If you get to that point, you're basically good. Alright. Is there anyone who wants to say something about this roll? I think we'll move on to the next one. I still have 46 to go. No, I'm not gonna go over all of them. That won't be fitting in this stream. Yeah, it's immune to werewolves indeed. I would say so. Another one. Okay, let's see. How many does Hugo have? Okay, Hugo. Same that we did with the protagonists. I'll also do this for Bill, actually. We'll do 3 rolls per person maximum. Hugo, give me your preferred 2 other rolls that you did that we should look at. Hello, Apto, welcome in. Do it for me also, please. I will check your roll, Milan, but it will take a while. And maybe if you really submitted it late, it will be in a different stream. We need to see the vegan wolf. Yeah, the most over-suggested roll. It used to be wolf medium. If you have a preference of what role I should be checking out, Hugo, let me know. Otherwise, we'll just do this one and the next one that you submit. Okay. We have the Parasol Lady. Yeah, converters except bandits are killable as well. So Parasol Lady is fitted to good, doctor, protectors. Okay, you want a vegan wolf? Vegan wolf, and which one else? If you have a otherwise we'll just do this one. We can also just do this one, I guess. Sniper, okay, sniper and vegan wolf. So, okay, here's the vegan wolf. Okay, okay, well, werewolf's good. That's kind of a red flag. An alpha, at least an alpha werewolf. Usually when people have werewolves with good aura, it's like shaman related, and then it's like the white werewolf or something like that. You cannot vote during the night, but you won't be shown as a killer by roles like Spirit Seer or Mortician. Poros has good aura. This sounds like a werewolf fan almost, but then werewolf from the start. Has good aura and avoid being shown as killers. Can't vote during that. This really sounds like a combination between lurker and werewolf fan. Also, if we compare this with alpha werewolf, right? I've recently just thought of this in general. The unknown aura, I think it has lost value over time a little bit because Gambler, Theo, Spirit Seer are like pretty, and Detective are pretty common informers. They don't check for auras, so you really Alpha Werewolf, and especially now as well with this one. Well, this one at least bypasses Spirit Seer, Mortician, but Mortician, you won't be like susceptible to Mortician anyways because you're like the less werewolf to be checked probably. I don't know if I really like this role, to be fair, but it seems a bit too similar to Werewolf Fan. It could be a Werewolf Fan advanced role, yeah, but what would be the difference between Werewolf Fan and this? Basically, it would be like Werewolf Fan. You would be werewolf from the start, as in also like being able to see who the werewolves are, which does help with like, which does help with the chaos because. You know who to not like red out, but also it is a disadvantage then because Well, if you compare it with werewolf fan, it could. I guess this could be watered and shot by marksman, and the werewolf fan can't. Or marksman, I don't know. I always forget the exact roles that are able and not able to kill the werewolf fan. But yeah, it would be very similar to werewolf fan. You forgot the werewolf fan. Yeah, well, that's fine. Like, there's so many roles in the game, it's very easy to forget about one of them. But yeah, I hope that at least that's like feedback you can do something with. Let's see. Is the sniper here? Yes, sniper. Okay, this is the last one from Hugo. Okay, serial killer advanced rule. That's the first serial killer one. Each night you can either shoot a player or mark a player. If you mark a player, you can kill them while killing all protectors. So basically berserk. Also a player during the next night. Is this something I've seen? Like, I'm thinking if this was like a role in the in the last brawl contest, because we had a role that actually ended up pretty high. I don't know if it made the top 25 in the end, but we had a role that also was a serial killer, but had like an option night 1 to become stronger in the next night. I don't know exactly. Maybe Ritualist remembers it, but this is weird. Yeah, this is weird berserk, but solo kinda. This is not advanced rule. This is a serial killer advanced. You can change targets once you mark the player. Yeah, that makes sense. You can kill all protectors of a player. Cons not available. Well, it does again kind of end up being like serial killer with more options, but I'm gonna blame that on the serial killer, honestly, because a serial killer should be like an other role and not a base role. Ritualist, do you remember if there was I think there was a role in the last role contest. Basically a serial killer with an extra option that also had like, you could wait something night 1 and then night 2 you would be a bit stronger. Something like that. Marked removed after kill or not? I assume so, because if you mark a player, that mark stays until that player dies. You kill that player, then the protectors die, but that player also dies. So I assume the mark is gone then, but you cannot change the mark. Though that's what it says. Was Boogeyman that role? I don't know. It's stronger than SK, yeah, which I will not blame your advanced role for that, because every role, Cannibal and Evil Detective are also SK with options, and in the case of the SK, I think it's an SK problem and not, it's not the problem of the advanced roles, which I do think is the problem for the case like Doctor. You remember the name Boogeyman, but I think it was a different role. So I'm not gonna blame this role for being like SK but better, but I think it's okay. I would say it's like I think it would be a 6 or 7 out of 10 for me. There's not really much to say about it. It's maybe not the most creative thing, but I don't see it being a problem if it came in the game. I like it. I like the fact that we have a bit more berserk-ish ability, but usually it's not even really that good to kill all protectors as a serial killer because, yeah, scapegoats. Boogeyman is a role in the fanmade role contest. 24 ability was that you can kill, but if they fail, you use your ability on the player and that player can't see the rules. Yeah, you remember it very well. That's nice. Let's go to the next one. Okay, wait. Bill, did we check I think we did. Yeah, Bill, give me the 2 more give me 2 other roles that you want to check, because we already checked one of yours. You've submitted 5 roles. I would just check 3 per player, so at most. So, Bill, if you want me to check the knight, tell me. Otherwise, I will move on and I will see what other roles of you I want to check, or you want me to check. I would say give the roles that you are most confident about, or you think you need the most feedback for. Knight in Clash Royale. I don't know. I don't play Clash Royale, but we have a knight. We had a knight in the last role contest too. Anyways, if we go into this role, no team. That's like lurker. It's curse, so this is already like lurker vibes. Knight is like lurker, exactly. Select your team at start. Fitted solo werewolves or any other teams. Knight has the ability to kill anyone each night. He can protect himself using Fest. Can be killed by werewolves. You can kill while using Fests. Okay, I think this is a bit too strong, honestly. I imagine if you kill someone each night and you become a, like, no matter what team you are, you basically at a. It's gonna be extremely difficult for the werewolves and solo if you are a villager. If you are a werewolf, you're gonna have 3 kills per night if you at least have a SK, for example. I think this role is the fact that you also choose which team from the start. I think this is. I would say this is the type of role that gives way too much agency to one player for the whole game. So I like the fact that you can choose to protect yourself, but then that it comes with the cost of not being able to kill. That is cool, but I think this whoever is knight gets way too much agency, gets too much to say about how the game is gonna go. I think if you have like an extra killer at night active for the village, that's gonna make the game pretty much impossible for the evils. And same for, like, if you have an extra killer, whether it's werewolf or solo aligned, that's gonna be like crazily strong. It definitely does need punishment if you kill your teammates. Like, maybe a punishment at the rate of like also dying yourself along. I would say that would be like the only fair punishment, I think, for this. But I think still it's way too much agency. Do we have a winner? I'm not going to. We don't have. This is not a contest, this stream. So this is just pure feedback. I don't have like. I'm not gonna announce a winner from these role contests. Although we could, at the end of the stream, I guess discuss which you guys, which was your favorite role and stuff. But I think this role was way too. It could be in setups balanced around if the team was predetermined. Yeah, but since it gets the choice, I think it's also pretty easy to win with this role. Like, you just pick the team that looks strong from the get-go, buff the team even more, and and then you just like, yeah, play it out pretty easily. When will stream end? In an hour, I think. If you select, yeah, okay, I'd imagine you're not like lurker solo that you become a team with the solo killer. It's not like a duo, but I think it's still like, it's basically like acting as a second killer then. Sect interactions will be weird. Yeah, I think so. Alright, let's go to the next one. Okay, Chazan, are you still here? Can you side with RV? I think not, because it's like Village, werewolf, solo, and solo equals really actually solo, not like a second role in the team with a fool or with a SK or Arso. You are here? Okay, let's go. Hitman. Hitman, solo unknown, headhunter. Okay, Hitman is also one of the over-suggested names. Oh. Hitman's goal is to find and kill his hidden target. He had two abilities. First is that you can check one person per night, and every time you get a clue like your target is an even number. Second ability allows you to shoot at the date anyone, but if you shoot the wrong target you will be revealed, but you still can vote out your target. Okay, so it's a bit... It's like, you don't know your target from the get-go, but if you do know it and you have your bullet, you immediately kind of win. So this... I think I'm back, right? Wait, can someone say something in the chat? I don't see the chat is not like caught up, I think. There's still lag. Wait, I don't see... Oh, I don't see the chat anymore now. That's annoying. Okay, I see it back. Okay, I see it. How is soap bubbles? I can hear you now. Okay, let me check. There you go. I think it should be completely back now. Buff hyper, sorry for... Yeah, okay. So... Wait, let me put on the music. My stepfather is working in the... How do you say that? Where the bikes are. The Wi-Fi is also there. And he was messing with the electricity there. So basically there was no internet for a bit. He killed the internet for a bit. Yeah. I think I should be completely back, but it does look there are dropped frames still. I wonder how many people are still here. At least, you know, if people have left, that means other people will have their roles judged earlier, I guess. But we're at the Hitman of Chazan. Headhunter solo. Oh yeah, this one. So basically you have a hidden target. And you can like get a clue on who your target is. Now, problem of this role, I would say, is if you guess this role, if you just shoot someone day one, there will be people trying that, and you hit your target, you just end the game. So it allows people to be more careful about who they vote during the voting phase, and Shadow or Stormwolf ability. Because any town can be Hitman target, and I hope that this role will be added. I think it won't be added, honestly, if I have to be honest. You're so back, yeah. Judd is slow, maybe, but at least it did reconnect. So that's good. Okay, so I think village can't stop you from discovering your target. Yeah, that's true. Except you have to kill the hitman immediately, kinda. Is it one shot because the target can be saved by something like dog? It's allowed to shoot at a day anyone, but if you shoot the wrong target, you will be revealed. This sounds like it's like a gunner shot, so nobody can protect except for Jellywolf, I guess. But why would Jellywolf do that? Realistically speaking, basically you can just shoot like a gunner. If it's your target, well, congratulations, you just won. Can be day one even. And if it's not your target, you will be revealed, and then you will be immediately a problem for the village, and you will probably, it's not gonna be worth it usually to shoot randomly, but it's a bit RNG based. That's the problem, I think, with this. Jellywolf only protect. How do we know that though? Like, does Jellywolf not protect? Yeah, this is very niche. Nobody probably knows this, but can Jellywolf not protect against party wolf shots? Like, it would be kind of like that. Yeah, if this wouldn't be like... Is this indeed more a Town of Salem rule? And I guess so, yeah. I don't know if it's lagging anymore. It doesn't seem like there are a lot of dropped frames. Not anymore, at least. Fortress Shield stops like only night attacks. Okay, let's go to the next one. I think Chazon is not here anyways. So, okay, let's see. The Protagonist, we already checked your roles, but maybe we'll get back to them if everyone else left, basically. Wait, Hugo? No, we already checked enough of Hugo's roles. My Shadow Milk Cookie, if you are here, I think I've seen you. But maybe only before. If my Shadow yeah, you are here. Okay, let's go. Another Crusader. So yeah, there we have it. Unknown solo headhunter. Okay, another headhunter one. If you got this role, this game will give you a random target. If any informers looks him, her, the Crusader will win. Oh. If they look at night 1, game will give you another target. If there is no informers, if they shoot Crusader will win. So basically, you kind of don't need to do anything then, right? Like, the only thing you try to do, like, if you just do nothing, eventually they will check your target, probably. Especially if any informer, like, you have, like, roles that check 2 players at night. They're gonna go over the lobby pretty quickly. Basically, if you play against this role, you have to be lucky that your target is checked. Or does claim something and is, like, not contested. Because then you will not be checked. And then the Crusader cannot win. Otherwise, the Crusader wins. It's a different role, yeah. This role could win night 1 as well, yeah. No, it cannot win night 1, actually. Because it says if you got this role, the game will give you a random target. If any informers looks him, her, the Crusader will, or if they look at night 1. So if your target gets checked night 1, it will give you a different target. Basically, to at least have some chance for the village, I guess. But I still think it's not really the best role because it's just like, yeah, you don't really have to do anything for this, and it kind of feels too random, honestly. In terms of what you... The village cannot really do anything against this. And it's not even involving the voting phase either. But I don't know how to properly change this. Okay, 22. Let's go on. Turtle Avenger. I think Turtle Avenger is here, yes, for sure. Picholo. Is that how you say that? Picholo. Pizzaiolo, that's how I would maybe say it. Wait. I changed my role compatibility to Seer. Okay. So Seer advanced role good aura. On night 1 you can deliver a pizza to someone. On the second day they can either choose to eat it and then show you their aura. If they don't choose to eat it, they can pass the pizza instantly to another player. You can retrieve the pizzas to receive information when 2 people, including the person who delivered the pizza, to receive the pizzas. The info is statistic of the pizza owner's aura. For example, 1 of 2 are good. 1. Okay. That's really weak for Seer advanced role then, right? Because first night you don't get any info. I do like the concept, like if you eat it, I assume that your role will be, your aura will be. So I would say villagers probably are gonna eat it right away. Evils will probably not. Especially if you don't have an unknown aura. It's self-provable, yeah. Soul Weaver has not been reviewed, no. It's a fun idea, a bit weak maybe for the Seer. And I think self-provability, yeah, it's a pro, but for the Seer roll tree, usually doesn't really get contested, so... Maybe detective, it would fit detective maybe. It almost sounds like it could also be an aura advance roll. We're at the 23rd of the... Yeah, 23rd of 65. It is a fun role though, like fun type of goal to have in your game. But I don't know what roll tree would be the best, so yeah. Let's go. Kiss of the Sage, that's my Stozo, right? The Spring Wolf then, okay. Werewolf's Evil, Shadow. Select exactly 3 players from then on. They won't be allowed to use their abilities unless they choose to get out of this stage. The first one to do this will become the Chosen One. What's the Chosen One? Springwolf can kill the Chosen One anytime they wish. Okay, so basically you can kind of roadblock 3 players until someone reveals themselves. Oh my god, I got a pop-up. It made me scared that I lost my connection again. It's cool. Is this live submissions? Yes. Hello, welcome in Batata and Pingu Gamer. Oh, well, I think we lost so many viewers after the stream crash. I'm gonna have a tough discussion today at dinner with my parents. Lol. Unless he has, like, I will forgive. If he has permanently fixed my Wi-Fi issues, then it's fine. You have so many roles. Okay, well, you can... I will review up to 3 of them. And maybe more if we end up running out of roles before 5. How are you all? I'm fine, and you? Adil, welcome back, Nadil. That's gonna be a awkward dinner convo, yeah. You can select at face. I like this is kind of keep people hostage and someone has to sacrifice themselves. The con of this role I would say is you have 3 people confirmed pretty much because they know each other. Or do they... Wait, do they know each other? Like, not their roles, but do they know who the other people who are selected? I like the idea, really, but I don't know the exact details on that. You can select werewolf too, but do people know who the other ones are? So then, if you select a werewolf, you can also like, you can also have. Well, the village can counter it, I guess, but you could also have like the werewolf be the one who breaks out, and then you just. But that would be like stupid, kinda. That would only help if you really want to make sure that only 2 people are basically confirmed. I think this is an interesting role, yeah. Definitely one of the better ones. Killing the chosen one bypasses every protection. The role automatically ends when you kill the chosen one. Yeah, I assume that. I think the concept is 8.5 out of 10. I'm also thinking, is it a good Shadow Wolf role? I think it is kind of a role. Maybe it would be a good Shadow, yes, because as Junior, no, it's not an aggro role. Definitely not Wolf Seer, definitely not Jelly, or a Guardian Wolf, I mean. Alpha Werewolf, probably not really worth an Alpha. Could be Alpha Advanced, not Shaman. This could be like, I think Shadow makes the most sense, otherwise I would probably go for Nightmare Werewolf. That would also be an okay base role. Is it gonna be pain if the arcade gets selected? Yeah. But then that would just be dumb usually for the werewolves as well. Okay, let's go on to the next one. This gets max 1 kill. Yeah, it does get max 1 kill. Okay. Skylo, are you here? I think Skylo... I've not seen Skylo since the restart of the stream. Hello Ali, welcome in. If Skylo is not here, we will move on to the next one. Actually, let me unpin this message because it's... We don't need more submissions. I think Ali is not Skylo, no. I think Skylo is not here anymore. We will go on to the next one. Segamator! Is Segamator here? I think now we're gonna run into the problem of people having left because of the restart of the stream. You haven't seen Skylo, but he was there earlier this stream, I think. Yeah, very early on. He was also like there yesterday in my stream, I think. On the tournament. I don't see a Segamator in the chat. Bill S. I think we've already covered Bill S as well. 28. Who is there? Origits, are you here? Origits. Like, I think we're going to run... Yeah, Origit's here. Okay, cool. Okay, Altruist. Village good. Flower Child, okay. I'm down for a new Flower Child advanced rule. If you die, the team that killed you cannot use any killing abilities for the next 3 phases. That is not too bad. But the problem is... Wait, what happens if the village kills you at the voting phase? Is that a village kill then? Like, like, okay, some things are clear. Like, if SK kills you SK cannot kill during, well, cannot kill during the discussion voting anyways, but they cannot kill the next night, so that would be good for this role. If Gunner shoots you, yeah, the village has a problem. And if the werewolves kill you, yeah, they have a problem too. Upto, you don't have to ban this guy. I think this is a really cool role, honestly. I've not really thought of this concept ever. Is this created an hour ago? Really? Let me check. Oh. No, I didn't want to do that. Oops. That's not what I supposed to do. Yeah, don't ban Noddles. Noddles has talked yesterday in the stream as well. Has my role got passed due to the inactivity or not? Because I was busy messaging. I don't know, if you submitted as soap bubbles, I've not seen your role yet, so it will still come. I think I like the Altruist a lot, actually, to be fair. I only don't know what about the voting, though. I would say if you Origit, what do you do with the voting? If like, what happens if this role gets killed during the voting phase? Because the Passy and the Flower Child are like mostly related to voting. Yes, Skydo has been skipped because Skydo is not here anymore. Maybe voting is always enabled, just killing abilities or specific roles are blocked. Yeah, but not that. But basically, if you get lynched as Altruist, does the village get blocked? Or does the werewolf get blocked? Or everyone? Who get blocked when you die by the village? Or does nobody get blocked? Because sometimes... technically it's the village killing you as if you are lynched, but yeah, it might also be a majority werewolves. So lynching is village kill. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. At that point, I think this role could like be a very easy scapegoat then as well, because you can just threaten the village. Like, if you kill me, you will be role blocked, which could be detrimental, of course, to whatever team. But at the same time, I like the idea that you can, like, if you are good at baiting, you can punish the evils quite hard, actually. So that's cool. I do think this is a really good role, honestly. But yeah, lynching is confirmed as a village kill by the game. Yeah, okay. I think I would say an 8 or a 9 out of 10 role. Yeah, for sure. Like, this is a role I would have had in the top 25 probably in a role contest. What if insta situations? Ooh. So if you are insta as this role, you mean? Well, that would just be like, yeah, that would be complicated because you will have to get killed at some point. If you are insta SK that killed this, if you die, will your insta teammate I don't know. That's something Origit should answer, probably. It's probably the most balanced Flower Child advanced role. Yep. I think we'll go to the next one. But if Origit has is something to add, then please let me know. NS! NS, are you here? I am! Okay, there you go. Ice Cream Maker by NS. Solo unknown arsonist. Ice Cream Maker makes 2 spoons of ice cream every night. He gives ice cream whoever he wants night. Every ice cream has 2 days. It means you have 2 days to kill a player. If you don't kill a player in 2 days, ice cream melts and you can't give ice cream to the player anymore. But how do you need to kill them? If you kill someone at night, you can only make 1 ice cream. Oh, so it's... makes you more into the game, and like ours you need to count days. So if I'm, it's probably not completely formulated that way, but if I'm saying, basically you have the options: either you give 2 people ice cream, or you give someone ice cream and you kill someone, or you kill 2 people with ice cream. Is that how it works? Like, initially you will be giving ice cream. I also assume, like, I don't read it anywhere, but since it's Ars Advanced Rule, I assume that everything bypasses protection, right? So, giving ice cream bypasses protection, and people with ice cream can always be killed for sure. It's kind of reminding me of Alchemist then, but then it kills like at night at least. Yeah, that would be a problem if the last person has. If you give ice cream to a player and it melts and they live till the end, then you have, yeah, you get a draw, I guess. Maybe I would say, like, if you add a rule here in this role that says, like, okay, in a 1v1 with someone with melted ice cream, it's an automatic win for the ice cream maker. Still, like how Arsonist 1v1 wins against a jailer. If you have that, I would say that fixes the problem. And if you end up in a situation with 2 people having ice cream and you cannot kill them anymore because the ice cream melted, then you outplayed. Yeah, you outplayed yourself. That would just be horrible on your side then. It would be an auto draw, okay. You don't have to add pros and cons. Pros and cons are optional. It just helps a bit, but if INSEE team kills the Altruist, then the INSEE team cannot kill the next night. So anyone on the INSEE team then. I would say this role, if you work this out a bit more, I think it could be a good role. Work out in terms of like ends of games, and also write down how the ice cream giving and also the killing works. And also bypassing protection. Let's go and see what else. It feels like SK, am I correct? It's big, well, kinda maybe. Some players might play it like SK that bypass protection, because you could give ice cream and also kill the same player, I assume. So then it basically just becomes like 1 kill per night with protection bypassing, but that would not be a problem because it's Arsonist advanced role and not an SK advanced role, because otherwise it would just be, yeah. Hello, welcome back, Frain Toddy. Okay, let's see. 31. Lazu. Lazu, are you here? Lazu is here. Okay. The Insomniac. Village good. Could be bodyguard advanced role. The roles that you made is a weak village base, so it may not match much with some of the game. Okay. Protector probably. Thrice per game, select the player during the day to make them wake up during the night. The player will leave the village, not in their house, and will return in the next night. Which means the player is protected from the night and won't participate in the next day. Can't talk, can't vote, can't get lynched. Black screen. The votes required won't count that player. Okay. Basically, you can make someone shut up. I've seen this idea before, that's for sure, but it's been a couple years ago. The mute mechanic hasn't been used much in WoW, especially for village side role. Insomniac provides such a mechanic alongside with protection with a cost. That's cool. I think it's definitely, I would say it's balanced. You can also use it in different ways, because you can also like protect a werewolf and make them shut up. I would like that. Welcome back, Milan. What if Genie Werewolf Adventure tag the player before Insomnia hits them? Wait for this roll, right? Wait, let me think of that. Wait, if you just, but if you tag, your tag always prioritizes. Oh, you mean like, what happens if a Genie Werewolf tagged a protected player by the Insomniac and then the player is like actually gone, but the junior dies? You want to know what happens then. I would say, I don't know what the idea was from Lazu in that case. It is an interesting question. It sounds like a situation in which the tag would fail, honestly. Like lore-wise, it should fail. Your role wasn't shown yet, Milan. Anyone else some feedback on the Insomniac? Otherwise we'll go to the next one. It's Siren. Yeah, Siren, same situation. Kind of tame role? What do you mean with tame role? Ghost Alar, that's Ritualist, I think, right? Yeah, that's the Soul Weaver. If Ritualist, if you're here, I think you are, but I really think it's against the rules to use information you have on other people outside of the game against them. Like knowing 5 was a goal in VG this game and now he is in this game and there's also a goal. Yeah, that's metagaming, so that would be against the rules for sure. Okay, Ritualist. Soul Weaver, Unknown, Solo, Corruptor. At the start of the game, everyone gets a lighter. Wait, what reminds me? There was like this other role that also had like... Oh, what was that role, Ritualist, that we had in the role contest that got like... And that was an Arsonist advanced role that had like... people had options to lock them in and stuff. It reminds me immediately of that. Each time you can weave a player, they will die if no one rescued him. They are blocked until next night. People can use lighters to prevent a weave player from dying, but a second uses a lighter, the first one. Okay, this seems like too complex a bit. Corruption hasn't been shown, no. Dweller, yeah, Dweller. People can use lighters to prevent a weave player from dying, but if a second player uses a lighter, the first one explodes. Okay, so you want to communicate about who the lighter puts there, because if many people put it, then it's gonna be a problem. and the rescue would be unsuccessful. If no one tries to rescue, you get an additional weave the next night. You can use a lighter too, but if you... Does this also hit rolls or hide rolls? This gains kills from tricking players only. Players including Silver can kill. It's definitely a baiting mind game type of role for sure. I don't think metagaming should be illegal, because imagine you someone is evil because of their roll card or something like that. You are just supposed to gatekeep the info and not even suss them out. It's like, it feels like against your instinct, I guess, like to, if you have like an instinct like, okay, this person has probably a bad roll card or like a roll card for an evil roll, then you want to put it out, but you shouldn't, like, you should try to avoid thinking that way, which is hard, but yeah, that's kind of that's the crucial point there. Werewolf can kill villagers by a lighter. Villagers can cause werewolf to rescue a villager. I would say this rule looks a bit too complex. There's definitely enough depth to it, but I think it's a bit too complex sometimes. It's interesting, yeah. And it's definitely, it would fit like higher lobbies for sure. What if someone else points out this own thing, like saying he's mythic spirit seer because it's his skin, would be metagaming even if he's literally that role. That I would say that's also like, that's just lame. I don't know if it's like actually bannable, but yeah, I think considering this is like an advanced role, like as a standalone role for a game mode or for my hand, for a standalone role or for crazy game mode, or maybe for just specifically ranked, this could work. But I think it's too complex for a sandbox and let alone quick game. It's a role made for competitive gameplay, yeah, and I think it could fit that. It's doable for certain sandbox lobbies, I would say. Anyone else who has like feedback for Soul Weaver? Its own base role and then like exclusive for certain game modes, yeah. Not like part of the roll tree system. Something stupid. Any other ideas? I haven't gotten any negative idea, but I think balance-wise it's good. You'd love to fight against a Soul Weaver. It would be fun, yeah, probably. Ritualist says it's metagaming to defend the guy who claimed Mythic SS and break by using that logic to vote the other SS game. Oh. Yeah. Honestly, this is a debate I don't really feel like doing right now. I'm not in that mindset right now. But yeah, I don't like metagaming, obviously, and I discourage anyone from doing it. But yeah, it's just an unfortunate truth that it happens. It's like something you wish it didn't exist, but as long as skins are existing and profiles and stuff like that, you cannot prevent it. Let's go. Another one way. Kiss of the Sage, Maestoso. Photographer, Village Good. Loudmouth. Once per game you can take a photo of 4 live players of your choice. Once during the game at night you can vote with the werewolves. Your vote will be multiplied with the numbers of werewolves you capture. Wow! But can you not confirm... Wait, can you confirm people then? So basically a counter vote to the werewolves. That's interesting. But do you wait? Even if you're voting the werewolf, the attack will really happen if you win the voting. We'll also see you and your vote, but you won't be able to see them. Okay, that's important. Nor their votes. So you can't really see anything about the werewolves. So you cannot really get info from the werewolves. It really just is like, how good are you at capturing werewolves? And if you are good at it, I think like the thing here is, if you capture like not enough werewolves, you get a situation you're gonna be useless. But if you do capture enough werewolves, you're gonna have like 2 benefits, because first of all you prevent a villager probably from dying, and instead you get an evil probably killed. And secondly, you know that you are well, actually you don't know that much about who you checked, I guess. It's interesting that it is an advanced role for the loudmouth. Like, why is this an advanced role for the loudmouth, Maestoso? Tell me. It is really creative though. I've seen photographer before, but photographer this way not yet, so... You couldn't find a better role card. Oh, okay. It's similar to Loudmouth? Yeah. It's definitely too weak for the Beast Hunter 3 because it has 1 use. You can't spam change your vote. Aha, okay. That's useful to know. I would say a decent role for sure. Really creative at least. I wonder if werewolves would try to get rid of this role. Because you can actually claim this quite easily as werewolf. It's a good scapegoat, but it's also like, yeah, if you are able to contest with their votes, it's a good scapegoat. You want to keep it alive, but they can also like, photographer can also be a problem for the werewolves with the votes. So if they're good at least. You want to see it in game, yeah, it would be cool. Okay, let's go for number 34. Skylo? I don't think Skylo's here, but... Okay, I don't see Skylo. Let's go 35. Lazu? Wait, how many roles do you have, Lazu? Okay, we see Lord Xyven. You have a lot of roles. You will Be limited to 3 rolls only. Oh, Bill has like, wow. Bill has like submitted 8 rolls in total actually. I assume Lazu is still here, but maybe not. You have 2, Milan. I don't know when yours come though. Like, if you submitted it late, you got 3. Okay, Lazu, we'll go over yours now. Opera singer. Village good. Could be a loudmouth advanced role. Originally is an advanced role of Insomniac submitted earlier. Yeah. If the opera singer gets lynched, they won't die, but instead they sing the highest note, breaking the light bulb, and the second most photo player gets lynched instead. This sounds like a Flower Child advanced role. Or that sounds like it should be a Flower Child. But if they get killed before they could even sing, they become the opera spirit, flickering light once. Within 2 days after they died, that player will get scared and leave the village during the night and return in the next night. Huh? I don't get that last part. That player, what player? The opera singer? Yeah, so it's basically like, yeah, I get what you mean with leaving the village. What was Insomniac again? I've already forgot. We are back, my so welcome in Darius, yo. This is not leftovers from the Roll Tournament, no, it's actually just new submissions. I think I like this role. If it would be a Flower Child advanced role, it would be really good for this part at least. Sounds like a Flower Child advanced role. I don't get the second part completely though. But anyone in the chat, do you have any suggestions for this role? Otherwise we will move on. Because it seems like, if I'm not mistaken, then the opera singer just... If you get killed before singing... So you could get killed by the werewolves, for example. It sounds like you are just not getting killed, but actually you just get muted and protected for the night. And then after that you come back. So it would still also be protection then. Second most lynched player is nearly impossible to happen and backfires easily. That's not what... I think you misunderstood there, or I misunderstood your comment, Patata. But basically... You don't need to be the second most lynched player to have this ability activated. What happens if you are lynched as the opera singer, then the second most photo player will be lynched instead. So basically, instead of you getting lynched, the other player gets lynched. So it's good in situations in which the evils are going to vote you and they overpower you. Like in Shadow Wolves, it could be good in Shadow Storms, for example. It should have a way of using their ability on someone else. Yeah, maybe. But that's a fair con, I guess. An Avenger-like ability, kinda, yeah. But I think the protection makes it like fair. Then I would say it's an okay role. It's not as versatile as Flower Child. You will not usually get the singing probably, because how often will you really specifically get lynched? But then also at the same time, the protection that it grants you and the postponing of the death that actually kind of makes up for it. So it's between, like, it's almost between like, being ferried and flower child. Alright, let's go to 36. My Shadow Milk Cookie, Foxman, are you here? Yeah, everyone who submitted now, I'm not gonna check your submissions anymore. I will probably go to 45 or something, unless, yeah, I will see how far we get. Foxman, unknown village, base rule, okay. But what is the advanced rule? At night he will go to someone's house and intimate if she is a villager. Wait, village unknown. If she is a villager, if it's an evil werewolf, he will die. What is imitate? Or play like, oh yeah. And if it's an evil werewolf, he will die. If he sees Ankh werewolf, he will be warned. Warned for like that, okay. If he goes to Ankh solo, he will die. So this is probably should be something like a Red Lady advanced role, I think. Or is it too strong for Red Lady? What do you guys in the chat think of this? It's a combination of Conjurer and Red Lady. Oh, that's the imitation part. Oh, imitate, you also take over that role. I think that would be like kind of OP, honestly. Especially if they are living. Maybe a little bit too strong. If you actually take over roles, because you can just... If you visit villagers, you can just become their roles. You're just not... They're gonna try to not visit an evil unless you wanna confirm them. It doesn't say it's not an advanced rule. It says it's base rule, but it doesn't give an advanced rule either. So it's kind of hard. I would say it says like it's a combination of Conjurer and Red Lady. You can just become a seer or detective, yeah. Yeah, you will learn the role no matter what. I think the unknown werewolf part, so basically if you find an alpha werewolf or advanced role of that, you will be warmed. So that's an interesting twist, that you don't die to those rolls, but you will be warned. That's actually the real strength of this role, because that means you are able to... Well, it doesn't say... Yeah. Ankh solo. If Ankh solo also means full, then if you visit an alpha werewolf, for instance, then it actually separates alpha and full. So that's an interesting new way to do that. You can just become the goner, yeah. GG to evils. Milan, your role will come eventually. I'm not going to skip ahead just to show someone's role. RSV Informer Strength, a bit toxic because it's seer info on average. Yeah, I think this role is a bit too strong, honestly. Let's go to 37. Okay, this is gonna be the last one from Lazu. Gatekeeper, unknown villager, could be advanced of witch. Have we not had 4 roles now by... Wait, let me check. Oh, Lazo has like... Yeah, Lazo has submitted. You guys have found the exploit. Okay, I'm going to check anyways now. Can we see if Lazo Maybe it's not maybe it's not an exploit. Maybe you guys didn't intend it as an exploit. I think this is gonna be the third roll though. It looks like this is the third roll for Lazo. Yeah, you might have misspelled. Okay. Gatekeeper, village unknown. Could be advance of witch. Twice during the day, pick someone to talk with at night. Pick someone to talk with at night. So kind of jailer-like. Imagine someone trying to leave the kingdom, so they come to talk to the gatekeeper. You can decide to give them a shield to protect them from the beast. Yeah. You've one shield. You can send a player to the other side of the gate. Leave the village. If they have a shield, they won't die and return in the next night. That sounds so complicated for no reason, though. See you later, Fraintoldi. But yeah, keep in mind this is a witch advanced roll. I don't think you're the only one watching, Milan. Or you chat, or your chat maybe lags a bit. The viewer count is broken, yeah. It just goes to show how much a stream crash can do with the viewers. Though we had more viewers before the stream crash for sure. Does shield defense from regular attacks? Yeah, that's interesting. Like, I don't get this beast part here. Like, who is the beast? They don't know what they have. You have one shield. You can send a player to the other side of the gate. In the village, if they have a shield, they won't die and return in the next night. Oh, now I get it, maybe. If they don't, they will die from the beast. Yeah, another rule that is like gonna be like not able to talk a day. But this is wait, twice during the day. Okay. Oh, I get it now. So basically, you pick someone a day. You can chat with them at night. But when do you decide to give them the shield? At night? And you protect them, and if you... This is something you can do twice. So this sounds like it really should be a jailer role, honestly. Except for it doesn't roll dog. It's a kind of it's a blend between witch and jailer. The timing is confusing, yeah, that is kind of confusing. I think if you work this out a little bit more, it might be a good role, and also give it something a bit more unique. Let's go to the next one. Unknowed. Unknowed, we have not seen Unknowed yet, so... Time Traveler Killer. Sounds like a specifically made one. SK base roll. We have a time traveler villager, time traveler. Why not RK first? Okay. Same as time traveler werewolf, but difference is any one player that were brought back to life because of this will die at the end of the night. Okay, so they will only come back for a little bit, basically. Forward time as well. Immediately ends the day with no one being voted and go into the night. This doesn't count as anarchy to anarchist. Basically like an extra skill for the SK and actually also for the werewolves then. Welcome back my stove. So I think this role, I would say this is an okay version for the... This would be like how... This would be a good implementation if you were to want an implementation for an RK time traveler concept. What do you guys think of this role? Like, I'm not really a big fan of the time traveling in general. Like, whether it's like village, werewolf, or, well, maybe solo would work, but... Rewind time, I think can make a choice because I kind of want it to be fake claimable for time traveler. Yeah, I know that, Milan. We've already done some communication. Yeah, it's stronger than SK, but everything is stronger than SK when it comes to... I've not really seen many roles that are like actually SK, but then with a pro, but also with a con that makes them potentially weaker. Your stream is lagging. Is mine as well? Maybe it's a bit laggy actually. Okay. Lord Xiphon. I saw you had a lot of submissions, so give me 3 roles, Lord Xiphon, that I should look at. I'm not gonna rate 5 rolls be done. For nobody I do that. So I don't know when your rolls come, but we'll see that. I don't really see Lord Xiphon here though. Part 2 of the stream. I will probably do this again, yeah, but I will probably delete all the responses so that people who join that stream get the fair chance to get their role reviewed then. Sivan was here, but not anymore. I will move on though then, because I'm kinda running short on time now. We've done enough of Bill, I think. We've done 3 of Bill. Yep. Skylar wasn't here. Flora Femero. I don't know how to say that name. If you are here, tell me. Then we'll look at your role, the title wolf. Otherwise, we'll move on. Let me get some water because I'm really thirsty. Is that you? Okay. Floor E.V. Muro. Okay. Soap Bubbles. Tidal Wolf. Where was Evil? Junior Werewolf Advance. Not seen those today. Predict. Select or not play to predict their death by lynching or village abilities. Post successful prediction. Hey, we love gambling. The selected player's cause of death determines which new ability you receive. A tsunami if they died by lynching, a tide if they died by village killing. You cannot predict the same cause of death if they've been. This is a skill-based junior. Select a player to be killed by a tsunami if you die. Tide. Select a player to be cleansed by Tide during the day if you die, temporarily blocking their actions for a full day. I kind of like this rule. This is like a type of decently simple to understand role, but also really involves a lot of skill and prediction. So this is cool, I would say. I don't know if I have much to say about it. Like ideally you wanna use tsunami predictions because you get kills better. Maybe I would replace the village killing abilities for solos. And then make the type not that strong. So basically you give the ability to predict who the solos kill to make it a bit more unique even. And also give you a better chance at this, because I don't really see the point of predicting who gets killed by shooting if you also get to, if the other option is like something you actually have more control on. So I would say if you change the tide ability a bit more in a way that you predict who the solo is gonna kill, you have like, those are like more safe predictions, I would say, than village abilities. But also, the result would be a bit weaker. You missed your roll, yeah. I will go on. I will see if your roll comes up next, but I will move on now. You can predict werewolf's death. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, that makes it a bit easier as well, I think. Can't have for next one. See you later, my Stoso. Next week I will also stream, by the way. But then I will be streaming, I think... what day is that? 21st. I think we'll be doing some custom games next week again. So make sure to be there if you can. Yeah, I think this is a good role as well, honestly. Village abilities will ideally be used on a werewolf. Yeah, now that you can also predict like werewolves to die, that makes it a bit more sensible that you would also have village killing, like Gunner, included there. But in general, I like the rule. Opto Crow, are you here? I've not seen any of my mods for a while. Opto is here, okay. Spotlight Wolf. Werewolf's Evil. Shadow Wolf might need a little buff to be Shadow. Okay. Spotlight. Once per game at night you can select 2 players to Spotlight. If any of them die that night, basically gambling, you get your ability back. If not, a voting is held during the discussion phase next day. No abilities can be used and there are the only votable players for the duration of the discussion. If nobody is lynched during this discussion, there isn't a werewolf and the villager, the game continues as normal. If nobody... Wait, this is too complicated for me right now. Spotlight Advance of Shadow. Yeah, that's a funny correlation there. This feels like a bit of too many conditions. Oh no, it's not gambling. No, I misread that. So basically it's just an ability, select 2 players. Voting is held in discussion phase. Next day, it's just a voting. If nobody is lynched during the discussion and the pair isn't a werewolf and the villager, the game continues as normal. If nobody is lynched and the pair is werewolf and a villager, however, the day is cut short and the villager dies. So basically, you get the if you play this. Basically, your goal is to use this ability. I can see why you said it needs a buff. I think it does need a buff as well. But basically, your goal is select the werewolf and the villager, and make sure that the werewolf has enough credit to make sure that werewolf has enough credit to not be like the easy one out there to kill for village. I will do more streams with it, Milan. So yeah, if it doesn't get shown today, you will get a future chance for sure. It's similar to Missinge, yes, so that's the good thing. It's not as strong as the Shadow. Thinking of could it be a different type of... If you rework it in a different way, it would be a good Guardian Wolf type of role, but then it gets like too similar to already suggested stuff. I did think of Guardian. Yeah, I already thought so. I don't think it should be. I don't think it feels like a junior werewolf advanced role because it doesn't really require aggro play. Unless you are gonna play like. Unless you're gonna frame someone, then use the ability, and then next day you single out a werewolf who has credit and that player who is like... I wonder, can you actually select yourself? I assume yes, but... That's cool. You can also pick 2 villagers, but what then? It doesn't say anything about 2 villagers. You can make village Missinge by accident, yeah. It is a pretty good role, yeah, I know. But what else do we expect from Protagonist? From Apto, I mean. Wait. If nobody is lynched during the discussion and the pair isn't a werewolf and the villager game continues as normal. Oh, so if the pair is... But then wait, huh? I'm confused. My brain ain't thinking anymore. Yeah. I don't know. I'll probably have to read this at a different time to think about this more in deep. Let's go to 45. Milan, hey, corrupted werewolf. Let's do yours. I think I will just read this one, and then I will end it because I'm noticing that I'm kind of cooked. So yeah, I don't know. Like that's the problem with this type of thinking. After like an hour or two, I just don't have the brain power anymore to think too much in depth about roles. My hypo isn't hypoing, yeah. I kind of need like tomorrow I would be able to. I have to focus again to do this, but anyone who has ever done role judging probably recognizes this to some extent. Okay, corrupted werewolf, werewolf's evil, normal werewolf. Okay, interesting. So we don't have any normal werewolf advanced rules yet. Can kill only its neighbors, but it can kill both. Okay, wow. Anyone has any feedback for that? Because, like, on it. That's now okay. Well, first of all, I would say this is like, this has the same issue as Bomber and also something else and a different role that I've like had in a contest before. Geography-based roles are really usually not that good because where everyone spawns in the game depends on your options. So if you are this role and next to you are two other werewolves, which happens sometimes, you basically get no you cannot kill anyone. Also, is this an additional kill to the already existing werewolf kill, or does this just limit you to you can only kill one of these two players? And he sacrifices the wolf role, yeah. Yeah, that's the problem with making rolls, advanced rolls for regular werewolf. It's always gonna be stronger probably, but also it's geography based. You can kill two random players, okay. But are these kills, like, are they additional kills? So the werewolves kill and you also get to kill someone who are next to you. Also, there's like, so depending on the spot where you are, you have a different amount of neighbors. So if you are in the corner, you have two neighbors, one above you, one to the right or left of you, or one below you as well. If you are like in the edge, you have 3 neighbors, and if you're in the center, you have 4 neighbors. So that is already a flaw of. Then you already have like, if you're in the center with this role, you have 4 people to kill. That's kind of great. And if you're in the corner, you only have 2. Or you can reveal a role of any player to the werewolves. So basically like wolf pacifist, but a bit weaker. Hypo, it's simple. You can kill only its neighbors, but it can kill both. Yeah. But I don't know, is it like additional kills, or is it like you can only vote for these players at night? And also, like, and if it's additional kills, it doesn't limit this role in that case, but then the ability just becomes like, hope you're lucky and have the gunner and the medium next to you or something. It's a bit too much random, yeah. Okay, other werewolves get a kill, so it's an additional kill in that case. Which makes it a bit better, I would say, but also more unbalanced. Okay, how many people have like how many people have like 0 rolls rated from them and still want to roll rated? If there's like only a little bit, I can do it. Otherwise, I will just end it now after this. A real life accurate wolf, yeah. Batata has a roll. Siphon has a role. Is there anyone else apart from Siphon and Batata who has a role? Noddles as well. Anyone else? If 3 is like doable. If it's like more, maybe not. Or just go. I can also just go through them quickly. Through your roles. We'll just go through the first submissions. Okay, Noddles, you're Pesh. Village Unknown. Witch. The 3 Peaches. You can feed a player each peach. They will become fat and will be role blocked and won't be able to vote for the next 2 phases. If a player is fed twice, their stomach will explode and they will be permanently role blocked and will be immune. Oh, that's annoying. Permanently role blocked and... So... Basically, like... It's a different... It's... Like, it's this... It's not really related to Witch, but also not really related to... Like, I think strength-wise it could be related to Witch. Detected in Wolvesville. So, yeah. Eat. You can eat a player during the night, they will die. Okay, so you do have a kill. So the feeding is only like... Oh yeah, Peach ability. So you can kill. You can also... Then it becomes kind of like the bully, isn't it? But then... It really becomes like the bully then. A 10 out of 10. But yeah, it's your role, so that's easy. I think what you should maybe do is like, if you rework this, make it a bully advanced role, but make it distinct enough from bully, then it could be cool. Yeah, it feeds Fiji more because it's kind of like a bully. Fraintoli, I think Fraintoli had to go. Okay, Lord Xyphon, the knight, and then we'll end this one with Batata. Village good, bodyguard. Every night you can choose the person to protect. Wait, this is village good. If you get attacked by the werewolves, the weakest werewolf will die and you will live. Basically, Beast Hunter. If the protected get... Oh, this is like if you get attacked as the knight. If the protected get attacked, the weakest werewolf will die and both of you will live. If you get attacked, you will die. If the protected get attacked, only you will die. So it's like, it's kind of like Beast Hunter, but then more rigid. Town of Salem bodyguard. I have no idea what the Town of Salem bodyguard is, but maybe it's the same. I don't know. It is a simple role, at least. That's true. Well, to some extent. If you get attacked by werewolf, the weakest werewolf will die and you will live. Wow, I'm really not braining right now. Okay, if anyone has feedback for this role, BH with less steps. Yeah, it's BH with less steps. There's also no time. You don't need to wait for the trap, basically. But it's also much more limited. I will only go for Batata Hahas. Oh, Milan has a... Oh boy, that name! Okay, would you try? Probably not, because I have a contract as well with the devs that I don't do other social deduction games. At least not on stream or video. Okay. What the hell? Yeah. Corruption. Oh yeah, that's the corruption one. I'm looking for Batata Haha. Anyone else who has submitted a lot of roles, Milan for example, make sure to submit them again in the future when we are doing this again. And that will definitely help, and hopefully not with internet interruption that time. Okay, where do we have Batata? The heck, it was autocorrect. Oh my god. Yeah, that's rip autocorrect. Command block was here at some point, but yeah. Okay, what do we have? Nadil was also here, really on Pengu Gamer. Ali was here. Everyone who submitted in this part has been in the stream at some point. Yeah, okay, Mr. Frogit, there you go. What? Oh, yeah, what kind of autocorrect is that? That sounds like 18 plus autocorrect. Imagine, maybe someone should develop that. Or which is advanced role? Oh, okay. Wolf conductor. Let's roll that. We're gonna do this today. Okay. Werewolf's evil. Guardian. Okay, so protective werewolf. Once per game during the discussion, you may choose exactly 3 players in a horizontal, vertical, or diagonal line. So, okay, geography based. Your terrain will split them from the village at voting phase, making them unable to do anything. Can talk, use abilities, vote, and not be targeted by anyone for the rest of the day. So basically, you can like lower the amount of active players. Then, yeah, roll block. That's why I guess that makes sense why it's on the Guardian Wolf tree. It activates even if you die, as long as you activate it before dying. But it's only that, yeah, once per game. And I assume that you select per in the discussion phase, but it only also applies for only that voting phase right after that. You can select dead players, yeah, to at least be somewhat flexible. All players know which ones you selected, so you could like, imagine you could like include yourself. You saw this one on Reddit. Okay. So either Batataha has stolen it, or he posted it on Reddit as well. Bro knows my Reddit account. Okay. Yeah, we don't need orientation. We already got like bomber. We have journalist, which is not official, luckily yet. Lack of werewolves that utilize. Yeah, it's a lack of werewolves that utilize petition, but that's probably for the better, which is a lot more strategic compared to bomber, since it's both secondary ability and wolves have overall better tools for force the game into specific. That is true. It's probably better than bomber, but I would say it's still, yeah, position based. I don't know. Like, position-based stuff is fun for crazy game modes, but not really for the Roll 3 main game modes. You are from Poland, yes. I figured that from the name. You made to say Dasher. Oh ho, okay. Okay. So yeah. Guys, end of the stream. What was your favorite role you saw today? I think, I really love the Muffin Man concept from early on, but only with my suggestion for it, kind of, because when I read it again, it was kind of a weak doctor. Tidewolf was great. Yeah, I probably should look into that one a bit more. Can you change the name of the... I can't, but I will delete the responses anyways. Oh, Altruist. Altruist was also really cool, actually. Let me look at Altruist. Too nice. What is this one? Oh yeah, this one. Yeah. This was a really good one too. Muffinman, Spotlight Wolf, Soul Weaver. There's a Flag Wolf. Yeah, probably I'd imagine so. I would recommend Milan submit the corruption in the next one. Probably I need to go as well, I think, soon, so I need to do some stuff still. Anyways, I'm gonna end it here. Thanks for being here, everyone. Thanks for actually coming back after the stream crashed, especially. Extra love to you. And everyone, thank you for submitting roles as well, of course, and for giving feedback. You also made me more aware of flaws of certain roles. And in the future, I'm thinking about doing this monthly. Like, I don't want to overdo this because I also want to do other stuff still, and eventually we are gonna run out of good role ideas too quickly if we do it monthly. But yeah, make sure to keep your ideas fresh in your head. Submit them again next time, and probably half October again. And then also keep them in your head for a potential contest end of the year. Can delete autocorrect on iPhone? I think you can, yeah. Do part 2. There will be part 2 for sure. But I will remove all these responses, and next time you guys get to resend your ideas. Contests typically will, yeah, they are, but this year's contest is gonna be slightly different. It's gonna involve roles though. That's what I can say about it. Contest till Christmas. I will probably open the contest submissions like first weekend of December, and then close it at the end of the year, and then in I think January and maybe February, depending on how much time we need, judges will look at it, including myself of course, and then hopefully by March or April I will be able to make a video for it. Alright, you forgot some of your roles. What do you mean? You need this form to stay up? Yeah, you can. Okay, if you... I will keep this one open a bit then, I guess. I will just delete the answers in like a day. And if you guys want... You forgot your role ideas and you want it back, just hit me up in Discord. I will send you your role idea and then delete it. Contest for role design, yeah, it's a part of it. It's got role design is gonna be part of the contest this year, because it's gonna take a while, yeah, but not that long. And honestly, I need the time because the all rules guide is a lot of work, and I'm working on that with Dama right now, and yeah. I'm only at the start of it, and it's gonna take so much time. It's an hour video, so yeah. Can you print this thing? I wanna make my fan-made rolls. I can't. I'm not gonna print this. Yeah, imagine that. But no. If you want your roll ideas, Milan, just tell me in Discord. Then I will send you what you submitted. Alright. You mean how you can print it? Print this sheet? I don't know. I don't know if you... I could like send you a screenshot of your idea. You're gonna join my Discord. Nice. Alright. Wait, should I plug my Discord real quick then? Also, anyone... You can also, if you want to support me more, use code HYPO, of course. You can also become a member. Let me actually give a link to my Discord. Okay. No, Milan, you can't. But you can still send me. You can send me a personal message, Milan, with your questions, and I will answer it. Okay, but you cannot join the Hyperhood, that's true. How the F is bro on YouTube in the first place? Yeah, you're actually not allowed on YouTube either, I think. Or YouTube Kids, you can be on YouTube Kids, but yeah. At least I don't target young children, because then I had to have different settings as well. I'm really thirsty and yeah, hungry right now, so I'll see you next week. And I'll probably release a merchandise announcement also somewhere next week. But next week, Sunday, I will be back with a live stream, custom games with viewers. So see you later, and don't be a traitor. Goodbye.